Very good morning, cadets. Welcome to the new session 2021-22 class 9 session. Due to the pandemic disease of corona, we could not meet in the offline mode till now. You all successfully completed the final examination for your previous class, that is for class 8th. Of course, your result is not yet out, but let us assume that you are all promoted or you are passed in the previous class examinations. Class 9th was a beginning stage of preparation for the board examination in class 10th. So in class 9th, the subject civics is taught as democratic politics part 1. In class 10th, that is democratic politics part 2. So it is called as political science. So compared to class 8th and 7th, you would done preliminary study of political science. That's why it's called civics. In class 9th, in a democratic politics, we have a chapter called What is Democracy? Why Democracy? What is democracy? In this chapter, we are going to study about the meaning of the word democracy, because often you come across the word democracy. India is a democratic form of government. So, what is democracy? We have to understand the meaning of democracy. So the chapter 1 deals about what is democracy, that is the meaning of democracy. For example, it is here mentioned, it is democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. So in India, rulers are elected by the people. That's why India is a democratic form of government. Then we are also going to discuss about the features of democratic form of government. Means what are the major features of democratic form of government? One person, one vote, one value. Then we are going to sum up about the definition of the democratic form of government. So in the chapter 1, we are going to study about the meaning of democracy, then features of democracy, and later we are going to study about arguments against democracy. Arguments against democracy means what are the demerits of democracy. Because often we come across the criticism that in a democratic form of government, development is very slow. When we compare with the Gulf countries, most of the Gulf countries, they are not democratic, but the economic progress is very high. So that is what we are going to study. What are the arguments against democracy, and we are also studying what are the merits of democracy, that is called arguments for the democracy. So first chapter we are going to deal about the meaning of democracy, features of democracy, then final touch of this chapter, that is called broader meaning of democracy. Democracy means it is not only the government. Democracy should be in each and every aspect of our life. That is what we say: democratic family, democratic country, democratic society. So that is what we are going to study about, a broader meaning of the word democracy. So that is what we are going to study in the chapter number 1. For the academic year 2020-21, means the academic year, it is already over. This chapter was deleted from CBSE because of that 30% slab, 30% deduction. Let us see what happens in the next academic year. So we are going to study about democratic politics. In democratic politics, we are going to study the first chapter, that is called what is democracy and why democracy. So what is chapter number 1? That is what is democracy and why democracy. Once again I will repeat, the chapter number 1 is what is democracy and why democracy. So in this chapter, what we are going to study? In this chapter we are going to study about meaning of democracy. We are going to study about features of democracy. We are going to study about arguments against democracy, that is called demerits of democracy. We are going to study about arguments for or merits of democracy, that is called plus points of democracy. And finally, we are going to study about broader meaning of democracy. That means democracy is not a form of government. It is not only a form of government. We should include democracy, the features of democracy in all aspects of our life. This is about chapter number 1, which we are going to study in detail when we deal with the chapter. The chapter number 2, that is what constitutional design. So you know very well the meaning of word constitution. You are studied in class 8th about the word constitution. So constitution is a document which help in guiding and controlling the behavior of the people and the government. So constitution is a document. In India we have a constitution, or in India we have a written constitution. Now what do you mean by constitutional design? Constitutional design is nothing but efforts taken by the leaders to frame or to write the document of the constitution. That is what we speak about constitutional design. So in the constitutional design chapter, we are going to study about how Indian constitution is framed by the leaders. Democratic constitution in South Africa. Of course this topic is deleted. Let us see what happens for the next. Anyhow, we have enough time. So we are going to study about democratic constitution in South Africa. South Africa is one such country which suffered with the policy of apartheid. Apartheid is nothing but treating people or discriminating people on the basis of their race or color. So South Africa suffered because of apartheid policy, and Nelson Mandela, who fought very bravely against the apartheid policy and just for fighting for injustice, he was kept in prison for 28 years, and after a long period of 28 years he was released from the prison, and South Africa put an end to the apartheid policy, and Nelson Mandela became the first black president of South Africa. So we are going to study about the struggle against apartheid policy in South Africa, and what is apartheid policy and how cruel it is, because in South Africa, you know very well, 80% of population they belongs to the Negro or the black community. Take the statement of Nelson Mandela. Historical enemies succeeded in negotiating a peaceful transition from apartheid to a democracy exactly because we were prepared to accept the inherent capacity for goodness in the other. My wish is that South Africa never give up on the belief in goodness, that they cherish, that faith in human beings is the cornerstone of our democracy. So even though Nelson Mandela was detained and kept in prison for 28 years by the white government in South Africa, but once he became the president of South Africa, he said that South Africa belongs to all. That's the greatness of that personality, because if he wanted, he could have taken the revenge against the whites who kept him under prison, but he said that let the South Africa belongs to everyone. That is the beauty of democracy. We have to accept that all are equal. So we are going to study about the constitutional design in the chapter. We are going to study about how the Constitution of South Africa was prepared, the preamble of South African Constitution. Now this is what the statement, the beauty of statement, what I am saying. The Constitution of South Africa speaks of both past and the future. On the one hand, it is a solemn pact in which we as South Africans declare to one another that we shall never permit a repetition of our racist, brutal and repressive past. But it is more than that. It is also a character for the transformation of our country into one which is truly shared by all its people, a country which in the fullest sense of belongings to all of us, black, white, women and men. So that is the beauty of the South African Constitution, that they followed the principle of accommodation, that means accepting all the racial and difference and giving importance to all. We are also going to study about why do we need a constitution, because many times this question may arise in your mind also. What happens if the constitution is not there? Why do we need a constitution? So we are going to study about the need for the constitution. So here first, second, third and fourth reasons are given why the constitution. So we are going to study about this in detail when the actual chapter is dealt. And moving on, we are going to study about the making of Indian Constitution. You know very well, India attained freedom from the clutches of the British government because of the efforts by the various freedom fighters, many national leaders led by Mahatma Gandhi. So once India attained freedom, Of course, prior to that itself, in the year 1946 itself, the British government permitted Indians to write or draft a constitution. So leaders like Vallabhbhai Patel, Abul Kalam Azad, T.T. Krishnamachari, Rajendra Prasad, Jaipal Singh, H.C. Mukherjee, Durga Bhai Deshmukh, Baldev Singh, Manikal Munshi, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Shyam Prakash Mukherjee, Nehru, Sarojini Naidu, Somnath Lahiri. So many leaders who actually involved in what? In making of Indian Constitution. So two were involved in making of Indian Constitution, two committees. One is called as Constituent Assembly. Can you see this? Constituent Assembly. Constituent Assembly, and later Drafting Committee under the leadership of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So here it is given, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar prepared a draft constitution for discussion. So Drafting Committee led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Constituent Assembly led by Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So we are going to study about formation of constitution. So this is about chapter number 2 in brief. Of course, I request every one of you to go through the preamble of Indian Constitution. The preamble of Indian Constitution, in every textbook this preamble is given. So what is preamble of Indian Constitution? Preamble in the sense that is called preface or a brief introduction to the Constitution, that is called preamble. So what is the preamble of Indian Constitution? That is, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So we the people of India, having solemnly resolved means agreed wholeheartedly to what? To constitute or to make India as what? As sovereign. Sovereign means independent, internal and external freedom, that is called sovereignty. Socialist in the sense, India is a country which always support the welfare of the society, India is not a capitalist country, it is not a profit oriented country, it is a socialist country. That's what we have, the several welfare schemes including PDF, public distribution system. Secular country. Secular, what is secular? Religious freedom for all, it's called secular. All religion are considered as equal, and of course India is a democratic as well as a republic. India is a democratic as well as republic. Republic means head of the country is not hereditary, he is elected directly or indirectly. And what Constitution secures? Constitution ensures justice. What kind of justice? Social, economic, political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of individual. So fraternity assuring the dignity of individual, in our Constituent Assembly on 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adapt, enact and give ourselves this Constitution. So I request all of you, please by heart this the preamble of Indian Constitution, because it's very important as an introduction to the Constitution. So cadets, initial 4-5 video lessons, I'll just introduce the chapters which we are going to study in the academic year. Once the introduction part is over, then we will involve into serious study of those chapters. Thank you. From the beginning itself, I request you that please write down the important points which you felt while explaining or while watching video. Make a proper notes, because that's very important to understand chapter. Anyhow, welcome to my class. Let us have fun and very knowledgeable learning at the end. Thank you very much.